7 out of 43. Yes, Van Boening is favourite, but Sanderson has already beaten the likes of Billy Thorpe and Patrick Gonzalez in this race to 10. And it's appropriate that joining me in the commentary box for this one is someone who knows SVB very well indeed, who's got a really good relationship with the great man.
I don't know, this seems pretty basic though, just coming straight up to the top here. I don't think Elliott rarely knocked Shane's rollout game. Let's see if he knew more than we did. Yeah, obviously he did. Yeah, he's lost 2 games in 3 matches. It's incredible. It's probably going to help you quite a bit. Nice hit there. Don't scratch him. Yeah, this is a little bit different of a safety here. He's going to have to knock the 2 down below the 7, but he's going to leave more up on the rail than you think. I was going to say he hit it perfect, but he caught it.
The last 32. And barring something extraordinary, this will be the last to finish.
Yeah, look at this. This is pretty good. He's not going to get the coverage. Yeah, just in
No stranger to high-profile pool, Sanderson, so Eagle Eye 1 rack away from taking on Anthony Maglino in the last 16 tomorrow.
come back and use the 8 here. Chip the 2 under the 9.
In game, he's as good as anyone. You know the theme.
Yeah. Alright, just going to come up top here. So now he has to... Can he avoid it and just shoot the gap here? Oh, yes, he could. Okay, he can still dig, so he's okay.
The potting prowess.
Yeah, little. Oh, I believe that kicked on him, Phil.
It had all the look of a skid. Skids are unusual. They particularly hurt on the 9 ball, and Elliott Sanderson, having done precious little in that.
It would be massive if Woodward and Thorpe could get through. Here, and I'm not saying that had anything to do with it, but the humidity today has been quite a bit higher. Big thunderstorms over the last 3 or 4 hours. So big, in fact, that it was deafening in here. And you got to reason I touched on the thunderstorms, Phil, is because that adds stickiness to the balls, which could possibly pick up some dirt.
Light on really no to pull. Exception to the rule is Ronnie O'Sullivan, who sticks with the traditional. Luca Brissell is another one. Skews than they normally would, but obviously it's been refined.
Yeah, and you'll see that Masters chalk, which I'm still also an old school fan of. Shane Van Boning's hand.
Skids are less prevalent in pool than kicks were in snooker. Kicks really were occurring too much. Of course, with
Similar to a miscue, but I think even worse, Phil, in a situation when you're on your game ball, how powerful you are mentally.
yeah, also it can make you aggrieved because, quite rightly, you say to yourself,
Concentration, but a lot of times every shot you'll start to think, man, will this one turn over? Will this one turn over? Or when is this one going to turn over? I don't think. And there's a good sign of it. He dug in deep right there. Got his. This, he'll stop the cue ball. Oh, he did roll it, so maybe trying to get past the mental frame.
One still batting.
Oh, look at this. SVB banks the two into the low. Measured max. About to clear up.
Good and Alexa Pachelch locked together now at 5-5.
Figured he might get into that a little bit more. Yeah, but now forced to draw, which we know anything can happen at that point. But boy, he is feeling well.
Right, to get closer to the black 8 ball. I used the word about him again, just formidable. Obviously, 2 more days to go after this for Sanderson. Next we'll go up against Marvin Assis. And right now you have to think
Come 3 rails possibly. Wow. Watch out, Green. He doesn't deserve it. Trying to knock this down and manage with the pink. Well, forget about it. What about position as well? Easy he made that shot right there. Look. At that angle, there was no room for error. Have to stop and knock it away.
Why not react like that? There was one occasion, shouted an expletive. The timing was perfect. A minute or so earlier, it could have been causing all kinds of problems. I think he was chastised. Forget what the swear word was now. Obviously, I can't repeat it, but whatever it wasn't.
Yeah, he probably wasn't really thinking about being on air or not either at the time. Okay, well, this is...
3-1 for Jason Shaw's pulled off a couple of stoic comebacks this week. Could he be the victim of a rally at the death?
Past the pink, but watch the lower right corner with the cue ball. He took on the bank. You know what, Phil? Pretty
It's
clever,
impossible.
though.
Well responded, though.
Yeah, this is ultra tough here. You just want to float past the purple. But making the ball is tough enough. Yeah. Blind ball with distance and just a little bit of everything going on. Yeah, and somehow Billy Thorpe has got back to the table. Shooting the 9.
Extremely bogged down. Victim of self-doubt. A little loose, but he's still okay.
Billy Thorpe did knock that 9 down. He is up 9 games to 7 versus Gangflow.
But the 2 came right next to the 9, and that was that. So they're battling away safety-wise.
Yeah, complete airball there by SVB. But he just kind of got down and flailed at it. Yeah, he's ripped back well.
The shouter sticking in there. Mason Shaw.
Yeah, look even tactically, but pushing out makes things a little more difficult to the insights of the red 3. A little loose there, 9, but let's see what he's got up his sleeve. It's pretty good.
He's fighting with great spirit.
Yeah, I haven't seen Shaw at the table in what seems like several games.
38 racks in 2 matches. The 9 is chipped in. No problem.
Okay, that's going to change everything. And that might cost him. Yeah, you just want to get heavy enough to where you can beat the left side. He's reaching. He's got the extension. Easy to let up here. Now he's used all the pocket, which is telling us how tough that really was.
On table 3, Alexa Pachelch has what should be a routine 9 ball. Indeed it was. To lead 8-5 against Skylar Woodward. As that one stayed on the okay, I'd give up. I'm dropping.
Yeah, that ball doesn't drop too often, and he knows it. I actually caught that a little heavy as well. 7 against Billy Thorpe. Again, in the upper right corner. Same pocket. At Wickner Zielinski.
It is, again, as it was at 3-1, a 2-rack advantage.
It's going to finish really well for Thorpe. Immediately as he hit it. Now, the split screen that Phil and I have, it's quite a bit smaller, hard to tell with the rotation of the 9. There was movement on Billy's part, but I tell you what, this 9 isn't a hanger. He's got to catch it right.
The man from Norway is back at 9.
What Jeremy says, he's one of the sharpest, if not the sharpest in the business. He says if you put a bad stroke on the ball, the Q-tip knows it, meaning the cue ball will slide at times. I feel real serious pain for Thorpe at the moment. He's got to come through.
On table 2, could Lechner be in to win? He's knocking in balls, he's still got work to do. For the first time, Shane Van Boening has a 3-rack lead at 5-2. I think it's appropriate.
Yeah, and I think this is perfect for Lechner. I tell you what, still got to move the cue ball a little bit here. There's a lot involved with that. It's getting into the late evenings here. Unless you're winning. Is he just using the 6 here? Yeah. He's gone way outside of where he intended. Very good there to avoid the purple 5. He's gone. Made it look easy, but now on the rail.
Shane Van Boening's life easy. The 8 rattled.
At 9 games apiece.
Shape let him down.
Notice he caught it thick, right? It seems like everything now a little bit thicker. So when you're aiming at this cut shot, you've got to understand that just like that, you've got to catch it a bit.
A situation like this, it's win or bust.
Yeah, that could be real good.
Skylar Woodward has pulled 1 rack back against Alexa Pashulch. Woodward now trailing 9-6.
The 6 got real funny. We'll keep you posted there. Yeah. Good work there, going back to the split screen. Big, big, big shot for Thorpe. It does the 6. The cue ball will track to the left long rail, the bottom rail, and back over to the right side of the table. But if you're worried about the skid, you'll probably...
Well, that was just a nothing shot.
Tried to knock the 6 down below the 9 and send the cue ball up table. Nice out by Sanderson. Wins another one, Phil.
Yeah, 9-7. The penultimate ball that was missed by Victor Zielinski earlier.
Yeah, you just feel like there might be more. And it's probably not going to be the case now because he hit that extremely clean. It is missable though, Phil.
What a moment for Emil Gangflow. What a moment for Norwegian pool. Can't pull the trigger. No shot clock over there.
Both of them
He might
on the table.
You believe it? The 9 struggled and goes through to meet Francisco Sanchez Ruiz in the last 16 tomorrow. Down to Alexa Pachelsch. But in the main arena, Shane Van Boening.
Especially in a situation like that, the tougher it is to pull the trigger. But I thought he missed the 9, Phil. I did not think that ball would drop. And if the
But Shane Van Boening is trying to get through.
like that to slow down, that way you can wrap. Very confident stroke there.
Shane Van Boening, not just winning racks of pool, but winning them
Round where he just 1 to 2 pumping the cue like he just did on the 6. Like you said, Phil, with style. Nine that Thorpe had. Very similar. Shane not going to miss this one.
Indeed not. Here he is. It's the old 1-2 punch.
Past it, I believe. To where he can come back just above the 8 for the 5. Yeah, just like so. Maybe get into it a bit more, but he can really amping the cue up now. Yeah, and he let up there. Q-tip come up. Elbow dropped. For
Really
sure.
lock Sanderson up. No, he's not going that way. No need. That was a simpler.
For Shane. He's caught the 7. Once again, a little bit of a decel, in my opinion, even in
Shane
jump.
Van Boening. He knows how tournaments work. He knows that most of them, on at least one here at all, every match he's had has been a walk in the park.
Yeah, I think he's lost. He's only lost 3 racks here.
Yes, if he wins this rack, which now seems 36 racks for the loss of 9.
Yeah, so sweet. That swing there. Very hard to repeat if you're not him.
SVB on the hill, just like.
All right. Woodward's. He's caught it a little thin. That's how he's leaked the cue ball. Yeah, nice hit there. 7 ball. Could be a potential issue. Needs that to settle a little. Don't want to bump it. Unless you bump it like this. He got into that one a little bit more than expected.
Elliott Sanderson emulates Juan Carlos Exposito.
Back over to Woodward and Purcell's.
And we saw a while ago with Emil Gangflow that when a player's on the main table, we saw Alexa Purcell heavily beaten by Albert Januata early in the event, but he's bounced back. So as suspected, the last match on is Shane Van Boening against Elliott Sanderson.
Got nothing to lose at a certain point. Don't we all wish we could play these guys when they're trailing 9-1, 9-2, 9-3? You just kind of loosen up.
Chip would be out. Oh, but now that could be the beginning of the end, Scott.
Really, just got to get past the purple here, get through the two. Very good.
Eastern time. We'll have the last 16.
Yeah, smooth as silk right there. If there were any real mistakes, it was this match, and I don't think there were too many, Phil. He has
Raw
just
standard of performance. So that last 16 tomorrow. Jesus Atencio against John Morellino against Max Lettner. Naoki Oi will face Aloysius Yap. And surely it's going to be Shane Van Boening to meet.
The cue, he said all week, the extension coming off has really made the difference.
Yeah, the extension isn't there. SVB continues to be A-OK. Elliott Sanderson tried to live with him, but just